the one question on everybody's mind. How would the NWA follow up a weekend full of pay-per-view action? Well, we found out. I'm John Retton with my review of NWA Powerrr episode 39. Still at the Chase in St. Louis, considering that Powerrr and NWA 73 didn't happen that long ago, why leave? Why go back to the TV studio? Why not record at the Chase for a little bit and have a fresh coat of paint, a different atmosphere, and by God, at least it's not the television studio that is a controlled environment and has a throwback feel, but filming in the same location forever and a day that's never, can get a little bit stale. So it was nice to see it at the Chase. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. And I do also want to thank everybody for chiming in and watching my Powerrr and NWA 73 reviews. And if you haven't checked them out yet, I really would appreciate it. There was a lot of positive buzz coming out of this weekend for the NWA. Now, not everything was perfect. There was Velvet Sky's commentary and Tyrus stinking it up in the goddamn ring. And sure, there were a few issues, but by and large, I would say those pay-per-views were successes. Powerrr, the all-women's pay-per-view, that was pretty damn good, all things considered. It was nice to see all these women from different companies working together. And NWA 73, even though it ran a bit long, did have, some good points to it. So anyway, we do have recaps of Mickey's Powerrr speech, and that was really nice. You could tell it meant a lot to Mickie James, and it meant a lot to the women that were working there. So Joe Galli, Tim Storm, and unfortunately Velvet Sky on commentary. If you're going to have a woman wrestler on commentary, just have somebody other than Velvet. Seriously, there are so many others that could provide such better commentary than Velvet because she's really not any good. She's not much of a wrestler. She never was. And she's a terrible commentator. She was fucking horrible on both the pay-per-views. She was fucking awful. Anyway, apparently Nick Aldis asked for a leave of absence. Now, obviously, if they filmed, like, say, a month or 2 months worth of television at the Chase, I don't know exactly how much, of their weekly programming they filmed there. Obviously, this is a way to just maybe give him a rest, considering he was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion for, basically 3 fucking years. I mean, it kind of makes sense. So Kyle Davis interviews Camille and Tom Latimer. She knocks Billy Corgan for bringing in Layla Hirsch, and the crowd keeps booing her. Now, Camille, I gotta say this, Camille had enough poise on this promo, but you could tell sometimes the crowd was getting to her a little bit. Now, she did get it back and did start saying, well, you're gonna cheer me, but you're gonna boo my man. No, you're not gonna do that. I don't need your praise and everything. And Latimer says, why do you keep testing her? Latimer didn't sound like he was doing too well, so hopefully he's all right. And they basically talk about, Camille being, a great women's champion, Latimer going for gold and that kind of stuff. And how is Strictly Business? Strictly Business is fine. And here's Murdoch to a pop, so they leave. He's happy to be the real world's heavyweight champion, easy for me to say. And he says what him and Nick Aldis did, NWA 73, was great, and how he has his respect, because he was champion for, nearly 3 fucking years. And he will defend the title with honor. He wanted to honor Harley Race, and he felt he did that, and he thanks the fans. This is a good promo. Murdoch is not going to have the championship for long, a few months. Don't give it back to Aldis, for the love of God, even though Aldis is a very, very, integral part of the NWA. But build somebody else up, somebody, that's a good heel, not fucking Tyrus, and have him, watch him give it to Tyrus, God damn it, watch him do that. But Murdoch, good promo here. So then, a very promo-heavy edition, which kind of makes sense given the fact that they probably wanted to give the talents a little bit of a rest, but if they were filming, over the course of, 2-3 days at the Chase, this is probably just a way to bridge into, other storylines. May interviews Jax Dane, Colby Carino, and Pope, who have their, their Champions Series title opportunity. The title opportunity name is making its way into the NWA. Not title shot, title opportunity. Thanks, Vince. Anyway, Colby basically says, when I take my shot, I won't miss and everything. And people are telling him he sucks. Well, obviously not, since I won it for my team. Good heel promo here. Pope then basically says, well, May, you're asking me about what I'm going to do. Will the sun come out tomorrow? Why, yes, it will. He talks about a war of opportunity. He will do what he wants when he wants. Jax Dane says, well, he wants it to be known that, Murdoch mentioned about somebody bigger, faster, stronger coming along, and that's him, because Jax Dane knows all about the NWA Championship. And there we go. Good stuff. Nice way to build some storylines there. Dane versus Murdoch would be fine. Mickey joins commentary for Kiera Hogan versus Sky Blue. And whoa, okay, well, at least the women got 2 matches on this show. They'll get better. I'll say that much. Sky Blue has a good look. So is Kiera Hogan. It was a little bit awkward. Single leg drop kick in the corner. That was actually kind of nice by Kiera. And then Face the Music by Kira123. She wins. And then Kira gets in Mickie James's face because apparently she thought that Mickie James was knocking her. Or Kira just said, I'm going to build this feud and just go into bit. No, she didn't say that. There was a way to build a feud. Mickie James versus Kira Hogan actually will be fine. And I think will be, I'm not going to say it's going to be pay-per-view worthy, but give them about 10 minutes, and I think they're going to tell a good story. So anyway, here's, oh, God damn it. Kyle Davis interviews, okay, let me just say this much about Taryn Terrell. I do not need to see somebody that has the equivalent charisma of a goddamn melted mannequin on my television screen in 2021. Taryn Terrell had a series of matches with Gail Kim in 2013 that were actually pretty damn good. And then ever since then, she's been in and out of wrestling. She nearly ruined Drew McIntyre's career because she's a goddamn piece of shit. She's a gutter you-know-what. She doesn't belong in any wrestling company. All she did was screech and screech and screech to the point where I nearly said, fuck it, I'm done, I'm canceling my subscription. I know you're supposed to have annoying heels, but this isn't like, oh, I want to see somebody beat her ass. I don't want to hear this fucking piece of shit on my television ever again. She deserved to be slapped down by every single goddamn woman that was there. This was fucking embarrassing. She was clearly just being an egotistical trash heap, going into business for herself. She didn't do anything for genocide, which is a name that probably should be changed. And that Paola Perez, who really does have a great look, she at least, tried to do something with Marty Bell a little bit later. But no, Taryn Terrell just kept screaming and screeching, you goddamn piece of gutter trash. You don't deserve to be in wrestling. And I don't care if somebody wants to get upset about this. She doesn't fucking deserve to be there. Goddamn piece of embarrassing fucking shit. There are women killing themselves on the indies that would kill to have this spot. And no, all she does is walk around like a goddamn toothpick, on legs. And that's basically what she fucking is. She's fucking disgusting and revolting to look at, listen to, and I don't want to see her on my television anymore. So maybe I'm going to institute the Taryn Terrell rule and say that I'm not going to pay attention to anything this piece of shit has to say. So fuck Taryn Terrell and fuck anybody that decided to bring her into the goddamn company. Let me just say, Billy Corgan, pretty goddamn stupid for him to bring her in. But I don't know, he brought Tyrus in, so even though he loves wrestling, he apparently loves bad people too. It would be one thing if Taryn Terrell actually was good in the ring, but she hasn't been since 2013, and that is in large part due to Gail Kim basically carrying her. So anyway, the Hex are, still, the Hex come out and they basically talk about how Lady Frost did one move and won that 6-woman tag, I believe, on the pre-show for NWA 73. Taryn Terrell basically just kept screeching and screeching, and my God, Paola Perez was like, hey, we should have a tag match against the Hex. And Alison Kay is like, that's not how that works. And then Paola and Marty Bell yell at each other in Spanish. That was nice. I don't know what the fuck they were saying, but at least they had energy to it. And then Taryn just kept yelling, and Love Rebellion's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Why do we show up this soon? This is what I meant. They would have people show up, and then they would edit it, and then they would go back, and I get it. They just filmed this recently because they just had back-to-back pay-per-views. This is only Tuesday, so they had to get the shit in the can, but god damn it. Anyway, El Rudo and Jake Stanley, I hope I got that name right, the Rude Dudes, which is a good play on words, took on Rush Freeman and Captain Yuma. Ill Begotten. Okay, it was a qualifying match for the NWA Tag Title Tournament that apparently is happening. They announced a bunch of other teams a little bit later. There wasn't much to this. It wasn't bad. Double stomp for 3 in a few minutes. The match wasn't bad. It was inoffensive. It was a fine TV match. And Stevens and Kratos, The End, and a bunch of other teams are in the Tag Title Tournament. I missed a lot of the names because I was writing them down feverishly. Low Rebellion say, hey, we're going to take the tag titles back to Mexico until we get competition. And Adonis and Molina are showing up because they show up and then they cut back to Low Rebellion and then they're just standing there seemingly waiting for their stuff. And Molina and Adonis eventually, are talking, and I guess they're an on-screen item. Molina did say about Camille, I miss the days when Camille didn't talk. To be fair, a lot of Camille's aura does go away when she speaks, but she's not that bad of a speaker. She just looks very impressive. So anyway, James Mitchell and Judas show up because Judas won the Battle Royal, and that he will take the national championship soon. Now, James Mitchell did put over Chris Adonis, so that was fine. Nothing makes sense, Joe. That's the only thing that Velvet Sky has said on commentary that made any sense. And actually, It's a real shame because there were positives to this show. Some of the promos and then just stuff was just slopped together. Kenzie Page took on Chelsea Green, who had won that Invitational Cup, 10 women won Invitational Cup Battle Royal, and then lost to Camille. Okay, Kenzie Page ends up getting a roll-up, 1, 2, 3, and then Chelsea Green's going to be the hot mess again. Okay, so James Storm cut the promo. I really hope he can win the TV championship, so this embarrassing trash heap that is Tyrus with Grandpa Idol is not on my television anymore. Again, it would be one thing if Tyrus was good in the ring, or at least adequate in the ring. He's not. He's just fucking not. And if I'm going to knock other companies for doing all this stuff, I don't care if they don't have the funding of others. They got to do better. If you don't have, the best talent, at least try to juice things up with people that are actually adequate. It just makes your product look third rate if you have people like Tyrus in a wrestling ring, or people like Taryn Terrell, or people like Velvet Sky in your company. So anyway, God damn it. They got top tier talent there. It was that Clearwater and that Black G's guy. Black G's took on Tyrus and lost in a couple minutes, and Clearwater was laughing at him. This served no purpose. Tyrus serves no purpose. The TV championship basically doesn't mean anything because he's not a monster that, if he beats somebody, he'll get the rub from it. No, they'll just be beating a guy they can't fucking move anymore. I'm going to keep watching this stuff, but I want to say that if the interest, if the views and stuff like that aren't there, I may just start sticking to the pay-per-views. But that being said, I'm excited to see where they're going with some of this stuff because there's potential with some of these storylines, but not with a few key components that shouldn't be in a goddamn wrestling company. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.